Hello everyone. Once again, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I want to, let's see, if I started in November, it's January. We're gonna call it 2 months. Let's say 3, just for fun. This channel is 3 months old. I want to do I don't want to call it a review of the channel, but I think it is valuable. Legitimately, I believe that at the very least, I want to preface this by saying that I plan to improve. This is something I have just started at. It is a job I want to mature on. It is something I am committed to. So, I think it would be valuable to document how I am feeling and what it is like at this point. I am a sentimental person. I would like to, even for just myself, I hope, I genuinely believe that I will put in the work to change the opinions I have today. I want that to happen. But, not knowing what the future looks like, unwilling to give into that hubris, I want to mark what the channel looks like right now, what I think about it right now, and I would like to use this moment as a measurement for change later. I would love to see not just how far I've come, but how I feel about how far I've come at some point. I did a video already talking about what I planned to do for the year. This is the opposite of that. This is looking at what 3 months of YouTube, give or take, but we'll call it 3 months of YouTube looks like for me, how I feel, and the specific metric that I want to use to measure that. The question I want to ask is, would I personally, I don't know you, I can't pretend to be you, would I subscribe to this channel? I've thought about this already. And I want to preface this by saying I do not believe in burying the lead at all. But knowing what I know, knowing what my production schedule looks like, I want to defend my decision before I make it, because I fully believe that I will improve. And I want anyone I don't want this decision made in the infancy of this thing to sink it. I, right now, am, I come at this from the perspective of a consumer. If I were a consumer on YouTube stumbling through the dark and one of my videos, one of Northbound's videos, happened to show up, what would I think? I think a couple of things. I believe, as a random consumer, that I would think this channel doesn't have a ton of direction. I think it's trying to do a lot of things. It is, from the outside, stumbling, and that is because from the inside, it is stumbling even more. I want to be consistent. I, as a creator, I haven't decided to marry myself to anything in particular, because I know the projects I have on the horizon, and I know that they can be set on a weekly schedule, so I am doing work that cannot be. And from the outside, what I would believe is that it's a little scattered, that you don't necessarily, if you wanted to watch this channel week to week, you wouldn't necessarily know what you're going to get. And I don't think that's a particularly good experience. I think if I wanted to measure this from further out, the sort of inverse the watchability onion, the minimum level of steps a person would have to take to get to the things that must happen before someone is invested in any of the work I'm doing. And normally that would start with interest. Am I interested in the content? Do I see the content? I don't have the luxury of not doing that. That is up do you see my content? That is up to the algorithm, not me. That is something I need to learn. That is something I need to work on. Make better thumbnails, do whatever. I do know that I want to be honest. I don't want to Spiritually, I was born in 1950. I cannot, I will not fall into these trends. I would rather thumbnail be thought-provoking than clickbaity. I would rather it make you think, not make you react. I don't necessarily want to do that. The general, I would like to, I want to believe I am just trusting my viewers. I think that if someone is going to enjoy my content, then they're probably going to be a certain kind of person. I don't know that, and once I have people who actually do enjoy my content, I'll react and change and bend and make it more enjoyable for them. This is a service. I am in a position of trying to, I am trying to entertain. I am trying to seduce the mind, and have people enjoy themselves on my account and perhaps my expense. I am fine playing the fool or being vulnerable or anything like that. I have things I want to say, and I have stories I want to share, and I want that to be an enjoyable experience for the people on it. Now, as a consumer, I feel like I have done a good job of making the average consumer aware and I'm not sure that this has happened, but if anyone had watched every single one of my videos, and I don't know that that's true, comment if you have. I'm skeptical of your existence. But I think that I have done a good job of saying, hey, there's these things I want to do, there's these stories I want to tell, and I have made content about those. But if I'm just on the outside looking in, I think it doesn't serve the consumer yet. I have been putting a lot of work and thought into the series about how the Legends universe works. The Legends universe is the main thrust of what I want to do. I have other interests. I want to talk about games. I would love to play games with some friends, maybe go over them. I would like to review things. I care so much about the media I ingest. I want to make video essays. I love the idea of a video essay. It is romantic to me, and I want to participate in that. And I want to do the best job I can. I want to see what kind of thing I can create. But the Legends universe is my first love. It is always going to be the main thrust of what I am doing, and even if it isn't, if the value proposition just isn't there and I become any other kind of channel, if I were doing Let's Plays, if I were doing covers, if I were doing news, if I were doing video essays, I would be dreaming about making content for the Legends universe. That is my dream. That is my aspiration, and I will commit to it. I have, and I will continue to. The problem is, I think that series doesn't serve anyone yet, because I have this series that the thumbnails need to be more clearly communicated. That's work I need to do, and at the moment, it hasn't been done. I have recently discovered the YouTube Music Library, and I am going to make liberal use of it. I am going to stick to things that don't need attribution until I find a way that I can attribute things in such a way that I feel that the people who have made the work I use feel good about how I use it. But I adore music. I simply want to have it. Yes, it increases the production value, but it makes me happy to think that it's there. Not everything needs it, sadly. I know enough about video production that not every scene needs music, but I want it to be everywhere it can be. And I'm going to be able to go back and update the production value of some of these videos in some ways. I think the production value of my videos is relatively fine. I'm in a television studio. I have access to that. I know how to use the equipment. I've done this before. I think that looks fine, but it's not edited. The post-production process is weak. I think that if I'm just a random consumer, I think it looks fine enough, and I probably think if I don't know what I do about production, I think it looks cheap, and I don't think I know why it looks cheap. I think that I think I can do better, but I think I need skills that I haven't matured yet. And while I, the producer, will do my best to develop those, you, the consumer, should not be worried about that. It is not your job to worry about my potential. It is your job to worry about what is. I don't ask people to subscribe on this channel because I don't think I would. I have this series that talks about the Legends universe and how it works, but there is not enough story to bite into yet. I actually made a video last week where I actually told one of the stories most of the way. I didn't use any dialogue, there was no prose, there was no poetry, there was no music, there was no song that was written for it. It was a bedtime storytelling, a recounting from the dawn of the universe to not quite modern, but close, really close. That video is an hour long, and it covers millions of years of history. It touches on some characters that have a lot to do with a lot of things, with things that changed hands. It talks about why things are. It does a lot of world building. It puts you, I really think that story did such a good, it is my favorite video on the channel, if I'm honest. It puts the viewer in a position of feeling what these things are like and understanding them. It actually gives any vessel for the context my other videos give to live in, to be of use to you. And I think I am so happy that video got made. I am so happy it's on the channel, but it is one. It is a video, and I made it while sick. I made it while addled. I made it while my mind was wandering and I was not hale. I think the story was good. I think how the content was made wasn't. I think it is valuable to the consumer, but if I were the consumer watching it, I wouldn't know what I was looking at. And I think that you would have to forgive a lot to subscribe to the channel as it is right now. I don't want any dead videos on this channel, but I will have to remake some of them to put them at a bar of quality that is worthy of your time. And when I have made something that I think is valuable to you, when I would subscribe to this channel, that is when I will ask you to. If you do right now, at the time of recording, January 17th, I think, I have 22 subscribers, and that means the world to me. That is a larger number than the people who I know are involved. That is a larger number than the people of Northbound who have been on this journey with me. There are people in the world that have never touched this, that are being exposed to it the first time. And to you, I am so unbelievably happy. And I have not made promises I will not keep. I will make Crown for No King. I am excited about it. It is my first attempt at something like that, and it surely will be of the quality I can make it right now. There are so many aspects of what I am trying to do here that I will need to mature at, but I will do that. That work will be done. I am working on projects right now that I am excited about. I am working on my first video essay about something I care about so much and have believed for so long and want to share with people, and I am really willing to put in the work to make that excellent. I am still writing music. I am trying to learn better ways to integrate music into the content I make. I am excited about the promise of what I am able to give to you guys. It is not your job to believe in those promises. Right now, I have said that there will be a video every week on Friday, and I will fulfill that obligation. And I'm happy to do it. I'm excited. I am also understanding that to make some of the things the way I want to make them, it's going to take more time. And this channel may eventually move to a different schedule, or it might be that once I've recorded Crown for No King or some of the other, things that are going to take 20 or so weeks to finish, releasing one at a time, that is the time I will be able to take to make the content that is more important to me or that I want to be built better. And at some point, that decision is going to have to get made, and I want these videos to be the best they can be. I want Northbound to stand a fighting chance, and I am not willing to let my lack of effort or expertise be the reason it fails. I would love for it to fail on its own merits. I would smile had I done my best. And I genuinely believe that with the most incredible story, I know it will touch people the way it has touched me. And that is why I want to do this. I love sharing things. Sharing is my love language. I like people. I like making new friends. I love what I do. I love thinking deeply and trying to communicate that. And it's something I want to be better at. It's something I want to do. And it's something I want to matter to someone as much or even a fraction as much as it has mattered to me. And that work is going to be done. So, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't blame you. I'm working on it. And one day, I'll impress you. One day, I'll have finished it. I'll have done that work. One day, I will stare this camera down the barrel, and I will report with a smile on my face that I think that this channel is worth your time and investment. I am going to take those steps. I am going to keep the effort on. I am going to keep pressing forward. Some of it's going to be rocky. I am trying to rearrange the way I build content in a way that makes it better. Some videos are going to have to be recorded from my room just because it is easier to do, because it requires less work, but it's still going to I'm going to do my best to make it meaningful, to make it something that's worth watching, that if you click on any video on this channel, you'll see something that is worth seeing. And this, one day, hopefully is just a time capsule. I would like that. I really would. I would love to do progress reports of this, even if just for me. If I am the only person that watches them, it would matter to me. So, that's how it is. That's what I am doing. I have a lot of projects in the works. Some of them are very, very large. Some of them are very, very small but hard to do. Some of them have a tremendous amount of work left. Some of them not so much. Some of them I don't even know how much work it's going to be. But I am working on them, and they will be done. It's not up to you to believe in these promises, but one day, I hope you can watch those videos and then look back to this one and feel some of the journey, because this is a place where we document things. So, I'd like to remember where this came from. Thank you for your time. Please submit a question for the Q&A that I will be doing in or around March and April. Please do that. Please have patience. Please ask questions. Please think deeply. Remember that the only thing you should ever arm yourself with is the truth. And I hope you see something you like. I just want to tell you a story.